Hey girls, it's Friday, August the 21st, and you might remember, if you're still watching these, that a couple of videos ago I was saying I realized that I don't have to tell these stories in order. I can go back or I can go forward or whatever. It's all in the past, so some of it can, but anyway. So, I had told you earlier about when we lived in Phoenix, Arizona, when I was probably kindergarten age, like 5. So, like right in between where you two are now. And so my parents and the people in their squadron, and so a squadron is kind of like the team that you fly your airplanes with, if that makes sense. It's like oh, my low battery thing just came on, sorry. So anyway, they had planned, so this was all a bunch of young men with their young wives and little kids and stuff, and so they planned to go tubing on a river there in Arizona. And normally this river, I didn't know this then, but I subsequently found out about it, that this river was usually very shallow and very slow, and it was just a place where you could take a family and sort of have a lazy float. And but for some reason or other, I don't know if it's because there had been rain or there was snow melting from the mountains or whatever, but the day that we went, this river was like moving really fast, whitewater rapids, all that sort of stuff like that. Now, why these grown-ups decided to go ahead and go on this tubing trip with a bunch of kids now, again, seems rather foolhardy and bad decision making. However, that being said, they decided to go ahead. And so here's what I remember. I remember floating on the tube and being, I guess, a little concerned. And I'm sure Mama Janet was freaked out because she doesn't know how to swim, and she's always been afraid of water. And but I remember it going pretty fast, and then I remember so a bunch of people in tubes. I remember somebody got knocked over, and they got her back on the tube, and I don't even know how long this went on. But what I do remember, at one point, we came around a bend in the river, and there was this guy who was grabbing. Oh, the tubes were tied together, like the families. Their tubes were tied together, but with ropes. So anyway, I remember distinctly coming around this bend in the river, and this guy reaching out and grabbing somebody's tube, probably Papa's, he was probably in the front, and then just basically dragging all 4 of us onto the bank of this river. And again, I think what I remember, I probably don't remember it necessarily from that time, but from stories that we heard later, that this guy was like the biggest guy in the squadron, and they had him stand out there because they didn't think anybody else would be able to catch the tubes and drag them in. But anyway, I'm going to have to check that story with Mama Janet, because I think about it now and I wonder, maybe we didn't do the whole tubing trip. And it was, because they decided maybe it was too dangerous. I don't know. Anyway, okay. That was a poor ending to that story, wasn't it? Okay. Love you, girls. See ya.